Hey guys, Samira here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll see 10 art basics that every artist must know, or every person who aspires to be an artist or to get better at their drawings must know. However, this video will be a flip through of my recently finished sketchbook or portfolio that we were supposed to submit for our interior design course. But if you'd like me to explain in detail of any of the techniques that are mentioned in this video, then do let me know in the comments below. So let's get started. The first page consists of all the contents of the portfolio. I know it's a long list, and that's the reason it took me a lot of time to finish the portfolio. The first important thing that forms the basis of art is sketching. And to get good at sketching, you have to perfect your lines. By the way, the sheet over here that you can see on top is called a tracing paper or a gateway paper. And it is used to protect your pencil or charcoal paintings and drawings. To get better at our sketches and drawings, we all have to practice our lines first. This is a very fun activity to do. Just grab a pencil and a sheet of paper and start practicing your lines. They might be squiggly and wavy at first, but trust me, you will get better with practice. As you practice these lines, your strokes will get more confident and you don't need to use the eraser all the time. Once you're good with your lines, it's time to make a composition of lines. Just use the different types of lines that you practiced to make something of your choice. Like here, I made a wolf. Once that's done, you can also try shape composition. That is, using shapes to form a picture. Here I have 3 different types of shape composition. The first one being natural, the second one being geometric, and the third one being abstract. The second thing that every artist must know is positive and negative spaces and how they are dependent on each other, yet creating a balance and harmony. To understand that, we did a small activity using black and white papers. Positive space is usually the subject or the focus of your painting, while negative space is the background behind. Neither of the positive or negative spaces should dominate each other. Instead, they should support each other and create a picture that is visually balanced. The third topic is pencil shading or pencil rendering techniques. Now this is important because pencil is a basic and simplest tool that anyone can have, so why not learn about the amazing things that we can do with pencil? Now using any one of these techniques, try doing some object shading. Here I have chosen an apple and I used the blending technique. This is not entirely perfect because of my time constraints, but notice where the light source is coming from and how I used light and dark to create a 3D effect. Now the next important topic that every artist and photographer must know is the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds allows us to create visually pleasing pictures. Now check it out for yourself. In the pictures 1 and 2, 1 being the top one and 2 being the bottom one, which of the 2 pictures looks more good to you? Now if your answer is 2, that's because the second picture follows the rule of thirds. All you need to do is break down a picture into 3 parts, both horizontally and vertically, so that you get 9 parts. Now if you place your subject or the focus of your painting along these lines or along the intersections of these lines, that is the 4 points, then your picture looks balanced and more interesting to look at. This is the basic rule that most of the photographers use. So next time when you draw an object, try placing it along these lines or intersection points rather than at the center and see the difference yourself. Here as you can see, my focus point is the eye of the hummingbird and it is on the intersection point, and hence it follows the rule of thirds. Enough with black and white, now let's move on to colors. You guessed it right. When it comes to colors, the first thing that comes to anyone's mind is color wheel. Let's first see about primary, secondary and tertiary colors. The primary colors are red, blue and yellow. Many people mistake green to be a primary color, but no, Green is obtained by mixing blue and yellow, and hence it's a secondary color. But what are primary colors? Primary colors are the colors which cannot be obtained by mixing any other color. Secondary colors are obtained by mixing two primary colors. Like red and blue gives violet, blue and yellow gives green, and yellow and red gives orange. Whereas tertiary colors are the colors obtained by mixing primary and secondary colors. Yellow and orange gives yellow-orange, red and orange gives red-orange, blue and violet gives blue-violet, red and violet gives red-violet. Similarly, yellow and green gives yellow-green, whereas blue and green gives blue-green. Putting all of these colors together in a circle, we get the color wheel. A color wheel consists of primary, secondary and tertiary colors and relationships between them. For instance, the colors located opposite to each other on the color wheel are called complementary colors, whereas the colors located close together on a color wheel are called analogous colors. A single color can be used to create tints, tones and shades. Tints are obtained by mixing variable amounts of white to a color, whereas tones are obtained by mixing variable amounts of grey to the color, and shades are obtained by mixing different amounts of black to a color. Here you can see different tints, tones and shades obtained for the color red. Notice the gradation of colors as we move from left to right. The next important concept is color schemes. Color schemes gives the relationship between different colors. In monochromatic color scheme, only a single color is used to create an image. Now this is done by using the different tints, tones and shades of the color. Like here I used the color blue. In complementary color scheme, the complementary colors, that is the colors that are opposite to each other in the color wheel, are used. In double complementary color scheme, 4 equidistant colors on the color wheel are used. In split complementary color scheme, the colors adjacent to a complementary color are used. In analogous color scheme, the colors adjacent to each other are used, and in chromatic color scheme, different colors are used together. Whereas in achromatic color scheme, it only consists of black and white and no other colors are used. Similarly, we have natural, neutral, triad and man-made color schemes. The next art basic is pen rendering techniques. Now, pen rendering is similar to pencil rendering except that it is done using pen. Although you could use any pen for pen rendering, artists usually prefer the pens which are meant for that purpose because they give more precision. Like here, I have used the Sakura Pigma Micron pens in varying sizes like 0.1, 0.3 and 0.5 mm. Now since I'm studying interior design, we were supposed to draw different textures and materials using pen rendering technique. And these were some of the materials like stones, tiles, bricks and flooring. The next important concept that every artist must know is the one-point perspective. In one-point perspective, all the objects are imagined to be coming out from one single point called the vanishing point. Now, using the one-point perspective, we were supposed to draw a cityscape. The next concept is the two-point perspective, which is also another form of perspective where we use two vanishing points instead of one. And here we were supposed to draw furniture in two-point perspective. The next concept is color pencil rendering techniques, which include stippling, hatching, cross-hatching, scribbling and layering. Just like before, we had to do different materials in color pencil. However, you can draw anything that you like. Now these are some of my works done applying the concepts learned from before. This one is a living room in one-point perspective, which was done using color pencil rendering. The next important concept is watercolor techniques. I'm in love with the different effects that can be achieved with watercolor, and I will definitely be making a video soon on how to create these techniques yourself. Watercolor is a preferred medium by many artists because they dry quickly and they are quite easy to use. Here we have solid color, gradient, imprint, dry on dry, layering, cloth damping, double color, dry on wet, which is a very interesting technique, and lastly wet on wet, which is widely used by many watercolor artists. Here I have done a bedroom in 1-point perspective and colored it in watercolor. This one looks simple, but it took the longest time to complete. The next one is a kitchen done in 2-point perspective, which is mixed media, which means I used both watercolor and color pencil to color the kitchen. I drew a red carpet at the bottom by mistake, which was taking in all of the attention, so I had to mute it down by using some white design. The next important concept is live sketching. Not only is this a fun activity, but it also improves our observation skills and sketching skills and the understanding of depth. Live sketching is sketching an object or a scene as and when you see it. It can be a view from your window or a scene that you see in your park. The best part with live sketching is that you can do it anywhere and anytime whenever you feel bored. The next concept, which was quite new to me and yet quite helpful in improving one's creativity, is visual thinking. Visual thinking is used when you run out of ideas and you don't know what to draw. In visual thinking, all you need to do is take a piece of paper and scribble using your pen or pencil. Then you carefully observe the scribbles and look at the loops and shapes that might inspire you to draw something. In this case, we were supposed to design furniture using visual thinking. And this is what I came up with. So those are my 10 basic art concepts that I wanted to share with you guys, while also showing you my portfolio at the same time, because one of you guys asked me to show my portfolio of my recent works, and here it is. I hope this video gave you an idea of the basics in art and how you can improve your art by following these techniques. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to make videos on any of the concepts mentioned in this video, and also subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss out my upcoming videos. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and also do follow me on Patreon for more detailed art tutorials. The link will be in the description box below. That's it for now. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.